What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fan Mail of the Week 2014 edition, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all had a terrific New Year's, everybody. I hope you all spent your holidays very well. This is the first episode of the year, everybody, so I hope you all enjoy. Tons and tons of stuff headed your way, guys. The blockbuster announcement of Mind Wars 5 and so many other things to come, everybody. So I hope you all enjoyed your New Year's. I hope you all enjoyed Christmas, Hanukkah, and every other holiday that is there to celebrate during this time of year. So I hope you all enjoyed. It's a brand new year, everybody, which means a new chapter in our lives to write. So let's begin with our first question of the year, which is from Stefan Rosa. Hello again, Alex. I kept this one short because I know how much it annoys you sitting in that Satan-hugging chair. Keep up the good work, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Thank you, man. Question number one, let's begin. I've never played Call of Duty before, so here it is. Why do you think people love Call of Duty so much? Same for Battlefield. Question number two. What is the weirdest thing you've seen Bear do? Question number three. Besides squid, what was the weirdest thing Paul has ever eaten? Squid is actually very tasty. Really? Ugh. Question 4, what are your thoughts on Uncharted 4? Question 5, even though you're not a hardcore Naruto fan, I'm asking anyway, could you see... I can't pronounce that. Orochimaru from Naruto as similar to Broly from DBZ, seeing that they're both insane and powerful. Those are all my questions. I hope you have a great birthday. Oh, you actually know. Thank you, man. P.S. You pronounced my first name wrong last time, but it's cool. Sorry, man. All right, but anyways, let's get on to your first question. To answer your first question, well, Call of Duty is just a game that has just grown upon its generation. Why do I think people love Call of Duty and Battlefield so much? Well, for Call of Duty per se, I would have to say the reason why so many people love it is because of Modern Warfare 1. That game pretty much solidified Call of Duty because its multiplayer was different at the time. At the time, you've had several great games, actually, but Call of Duty's online was different in a certain aspect. I mean, yeah, there was Counter-Strike, there were so many other games, that followed up from it, but Call of Duty, it just sparked interest for so many people because of the weapons, because of the maps, because of the kill streaks, because of all of the unique stuff you can do within its multiplayer. So that pretty much grew and dawned upon the generation and generations to come, actually. So Call of Duty has pretty much monopolized itself to become one of the biggest companies in the world right now. Treyarch, Infinity Ward, making these games. They've made billions of dollars doing so. So the only reason why I think people love Call of Duty so much is because it just reminds them so much of the classic stuff they used to do way back in Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, World at War, Modern Warfare 1, hell, even Call of Duty 3, So, will Call of Duty ever die off? I really don't think so. I mean, they're just going to continue to milk that. For Battlefield is different per se because its online system is a lot bigger. You get to do so many more things, like you get to operate vehicles like tanks and buggies. You get to go inside helicopters and Apaches and, jets and whatnot. So I think people are growing from Call of Duty towards Battlefield because of the fact that you're able to have vehicles and you're able to have a bigger map per se. It's a lot harder to find and, take an enemy out in Battlefield because the maps are so big, but then again, it's a lot more fun in my opinion because having to go to the destination just actually kind of feels rewarding. But in terms of its online, it's just bigger than Call of Duty, so that's why I feel like more people like Battlefield over Call of Duty. So to answer your second question, what was the weirdest thing I've ever seen Bear do? I haven't really seen anything weird from him as of late, but I think the weirdest thing is like when because he's a very smart dog. Every time I have toys or whatever, or if I have food, this dude would become like my bitch. But then, like, whenever I won't have any toys around me or if I don't have any food around me, I'm pretty much his little freaking slave because Bear never listens to me. Bear always listens to my mom, but he never listens to me. He is just like a little chaotic creature that just runs around and just destroys everything. But, I mean, the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen him do was I remember I gave him a toy, and he pretty much envisioned this toy to be like the apocalyptic toy of like the end times or something, because he tore that toy up in a heartbeat. Like, he did not want to stop. Like, he ran from room to room to room to room. I remember one time he headbutted himself against the door playing with the toy. It was like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I mean, to see a dog headbutt himself in the doorway while he's just like trying to like massacre the toy is just funny in and of itself. But I've never seen him do anything else besides just act crazy. He's never pretty much did anything with a female, or I don't know. He's never done anything like that, so I can't really say I've seen anything weird from him. So to answer your third question, what was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen Paul eat besides squid? I remember one time he ate intestines. I don't know what kind of intestines he ate. I mean, he must have ate like some goat intestines or like sheep intestines or something, but he ate intestines. And I was right next to him, so I was going to eat it too, but then I looked at it and it just looked fucking disgusting. I was like, you're going to eat intestines, dude? No! I remember when he ate the squid. I mean, the squid was all right. It wasn't, it was just really slimy. And I'm just there like, what in the hell am I doing eating this? I mean, Paul's an awesome dude, man. I mean, Paul, when you need him, he's there. But when it comes to food, the kid is just weird. This kid would literally probably eat an elephant's foot. If it came down to it, I bet you he would eat an elephant's foot. So, I think besides squid, the weirdest thing Paul has ever eaten before was probably intestines. So, to answer your fourth question, thoughts on Uncharted 4. Going back to Paul isn't really a fan of Uncharted because he thinks the third game pretty much sucked. For me, I'm really looking forward to it because Uncharted 3 was the first game I've played. I never played the first or second one before, so I'm really looking forward to it. I want to see what they've done with the game as a whole. I want to see if they made any changes to it, which I'm sure they have, but I want to see how the game overall performs, We've seen the new Tomb Raider game, how it performs, and it's really awesome. So for Uncharted 4, I'm really expecting a lot from the game, and I'm expecting them to announce it, fairly soon, like a total, confirmation of the game. I want to see a trailer or a teaser or something. So, and to answer your last question, I can't really talk too much about Naruto because I'm just getting into it. I just saw the Pain versus Naruto fight. I watched Sasuke versus Naruto. So for those of you out there that are Naruto fans, I mean, I'm just getting into it right now. So slowly but surely, I'm learning about the shadow clones and the sages and all that kind of stuff, the Uchiha and all that kind of stuff. So I'm slowly getting into it. I have found time over the Christmas holiday season. I've been watching a little bit of Naruto here and there. Paul actually recommended some episodes, so I was watching that. Very fair. So can't really say too much about what you've stated, but in terms of Broly, I'm sorry, but Broly is just Broly. I don't think any character from Naruto can compare to that. So, but thank you for the questions, man. It really means a lot, and thank you for actually remembering my birthday. My birthday is next week, and I really hope you guys enjoy because I'm gonna bring you some awesome stuff on that day as well. So once again, man, thank you for the questions. And now moving on to the second question, which is from Black Star Flash. What's good? Alex got a new chair? No, I do not have a new chair. Unfortunately, sadly. Fuck. Alright, question number 1. Which is better, GTA 5 or Saints Row? Question number 2. Who's better, Superman or Batman? Question number 3. Who's better, Captain America or Iron Man? Question 4. Would you win in a tag team rap battle? Wait, who would win in a tag team rap battle? B.I.G. and Tupac versus Eminem and Busta Rhymes. Alright, well, to answer your first question, right off the bat, Grand Theft Auto is way better than Saints Row. Saints Row pretty much has just gone downhill, especially with Saints Row 3 and 4. I mean, Saints Row 3 and 4 were just, they're not even the same games anymore, So GTA 5, actually, you said GTA 5, you didn't just say GTA as a whole. So GTA 5 obliterates every single Saints Row game, in my opinion. To answer your second question, who's better, Superman or Batman? That's actually a tough one because in terms of brains, Batman is superior to Superman in all realms. In terms of brute strength and abilities, once again, Superman dominates that realm because Superman has otherworldly alien abilities that Batman does not. Yeah, sure, Batman may have kryptonite on him and he may have some other, really neat gadgets, but at the end of the day, do you really think the Batmobile can stop Superman? So for me personally, I think Superman is far above Batman, because in a fight, I'm pretty sure Batman would probably take Superman, but then again, what if Superman gets pissed and throws the moon at planet Earth? Batman wouldn't even have time to react because Superman is so strong, he can literally just throw the moon and the moon would just hit in a matter of seconds, and then there goes the planet, so for that, I would have to say Superman. To answer your third question, easily, I would have to choose Iron Man because Captain America is just a juiced-up soldier. I mean, he's pretty cool, but he's just an ultra soldier. I mean, he's not really anything special. He doesn't have any unique abilities or whatnot. Yeah, he's a little faster than the average human. He's a little stronger, and, he has more endurance and whatnot, but that's just that. He's just the ultimate human. And whereas opposed to Iron Man, this guy could probably take Captain America to his limits. I mean, strip Captain America of his shield, and what do you have? You have a regular Joe. So, in terms of that aspect, I would have to say Iron Man. And to answer your last question, that's a tough one because Eminem's a beast. Busta Rhymes is good too, but in the end, I would have to say B.I.G. and Tupac because imagine if Biggie and Pac were alive. I mean, half these rappers wouldn't even be doing what they're doing. But then again, Biggie and Pac, I mean, would they be able to adapt to modern age, rap and hip hop, It would be really cool to have Eminem on a track with Biggs, to have Eminem on a track with Tupac. Very interesting, actually, now that I think about it. Like I said, I think Biggie Smalls and Tupac would win right off the bat because they're classic rappers. I mean, I think probably Eminem and Busta Rhymes would probably dish out some really nice stuff. But in the end, I'm going with, Tupac and Biggie Smalls. So, but thank you for the question, Mr. Black Star Flash. And now moving on to the next question, which is from John J. Hey, Alex, happy holidays. I've been watching your vids for a long time now, and you're awesome. No, you're awesome, man. You always make me laugh, and you always make me feel better when I'm low. Now on to the questions. I really appreciate that, man. Question number 1. Is Turles related to Goku? Question number 2. Would you like to see Gogeta and Vegito fuse, and what would you call them? Question 3. What did you think about Teen Gohan's voice actor in Dragon Ball Z Kai? Question number 4. When you entered WWE, who would you want your first opponent to be? Question number 5. What did you think about Tarbo, Vegeta's brother, appearance in DBZ? If you had to change something about him, what would it be? Question 6. What was your reaction of Vegeta singing Bingo in Battle of Gods and when he started kicking Bills' ass when he hit Bulma? Question 7. Have you ever played Metal Gear Solid? If so, which one was your favorite Metal Gear Solid game? And do you plan on doing a walkthrough on the channel? Question 8. Why don't you make videos like you used to on your other channel, Unreal Studio? My second favorite is Prison Break, New York Edition, and Chase Bank interview. Question 9. How do you feel about DB MMO shutting down last month? Question 10. I live in Brooklyn, NYC. I just wanted to ask, how was Brooklyn like back in the day? Well, much simpler. Question 11. If a fan saw you out in public and wanted to say hi, what would your response be? Question 12. What are your thoughts on people sagging these days? Question 13. Mind Wars 5. Question 14. Do you fusion death with Paul? Question 15. Will you ever do any fan meetups? Thanks for answering these questions on your fan mail video. Thank you, man. To answer your first question, I mean, I think Turles is related to Goku because he looks just like Goku, except he's a lot darker. I remember when I first saw that, I was just like, what in the hell? They look exactly the same, do they not? I mean, when I first saw them, I was just like, this is silly because why would you want to recreate and have two Gokus? I mean, to me, it makes no sense. But then when I actually got into it, I was just like, all right, well, they look alike, they don't talk alike, but they sure fucking look alike. So, in and of itself, I was just like, all right, well, maybe this can work out. But, like after the movie was over, I was just like, that was just another way for them to make money just by throwing in Turles in there. I mean, Turles wasn't really powerful without, eating the fruit of the knowledge tree, whatever the fuck it was, the tree of might. So, but is he related to Goku? I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised because he looks just like him, right? So, to answer your second question, if those two fused, I would call them Gogeta. Gogeta sounds like such a badass name, but how would they look? That's the question. Their attire is going to have to, mix in, so I'm pretty sure they would look so badass, and their power level would probably be infinite. Just having Gogeta in the mix is just overwhelming. I'm pretty sure a character like Gogeta would probably be able to match up against any character ever, just given their reputation alone, Vegito, Gogeta. So, for me, I would call them Gogeta. To answer your third question, I didn't know what to think. I really did not like the voice actor, whoever played Teen Gohan for Dragon Ball Z Kai. Dragon Ball Z Kai, to me, is just a joke. It's nothing like the original Dragon Ball Z English dub, the one that we were used to seeing on Toonami and whatnot. So it's just sad. I mean, it is what it is. If they decide to keep that voice actor, then by all means, as long as that voice actor can dish out some work for Teen Gohan, then I'll be fine with it. But I wasn't really pleased at all. I was just kind of like, that sucks. He sounds like more like a girl. So I was just like, no. But Dragon Ball Z Kai as a whole, I'm just waiting for it to end so they can just begin with Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, especially with the English dub. So, to answer your fourth question, if I enter WWE, well, I really hope to be in the WWE by the time I'm like around maybe 24, 25. I really hope, I really pray to God that it happens. But with your support, that's the only way it's gonna happen. But if I do, who would I want my first opponent to be? I mean, it wouldn't matter to me. I would be grateful either way. At least for me. I respect everybody in that business. I respect all the workers. So for me, I wouldn't mind it whatsoever. I wouldn't mind working with anybody. So to answer your fifth question, what do I think about Tarble having a different appearance? Well, I really think that they should just keep him away because he wasn't an important character to begin with. He was just there, so to say. Tarble, he looked very interesting when you first saw him because it was like, oh, well, holy shit, Vegeta has a brother. But then when you really get in depth with it, he was weak. He was very, very weak. I mean, he didn't even know anything about Super Saiyans until Goku showed him and all that kind of stuff. So Tarble should just be kept out the picture for now unless they decide to bring him back, 20 million times more powerful than what he is now, So Tarble, in my opinion, is a character that has potential, but he was just not utilized correctly. So about his appearance right now, I really don't think I would change anything because he represents the typical, original Saiyan look, sort of say. So I would just keep that going. But as of right now, maybe in the future, if they decide to make him a Super Saiyan, just give him a different look, So to answer your sixth question, I was very happy that Vegeta was able to beat Bills up, at least for like a few seconds, What pissed me off the most was the fact that he just remained a Super Saiyan. They didn't really improve on anything else. It would have been awesome to see Vegeta ascend to a Super Saiyan 3 for the first time right then and there, and then give Bills a run for his money, and then Bills ultimately beats him down. At least that would have given Vegeta some credibility, you know what I mean? Like, wow, he actually achieved the form for the first time, So, the whole part when Bulma slapped Bills and Bills just slapped her back was just terrific. I really wish that, Vegeta did more to it, but, I mean, overall, like, Vegeta singing Bingo, he had to because otherwise Bills would have blown up the planet, so... To answer your seventh question, yes, I have played Metal Gear Solid. My favorite game is Snake Eater. I love Metal Gear Solid 3. I used to play it a lot when I was a kid. I used to play that more than anything else. I loved Snake Eater so much. So for me personally, will I do a walkthrough? I wish I could, but with the new YouTube copyright system, I'm not able to. So I'm sorry about that. Maybe one day I'll live stream it on Twitch. But as for doing a walkthrough, I really wish I could because that would have been the very first games I would have done. But unfortunately, I can't. So it really sucks. It really sucks knowing that YouTube has implemented these silly little copyrights and whatnot. But I wish I could do the game, but unfortunately for now I can't. So. To answer your eighth questions, I actually have done many videos on Unreal Studio ENT. I've done the 2013 looking back. I've done the Kanye West rant. I put up Omar's birthday. I'm actually working on several projects on there as well, so I am putting up stuff on there as well, so you're just gonna have to stay tuned for that. To answer your ninth question, they're actually planning on bringing back the Dragon Ball MMO in 2014 by making a private server. I don't know how true that is. Everybody's been talking about it, so if everybody talks about it, it must be true because, why would the world talk about it for it not to be true? So, thoughts on it shutting down. I was really disappointed, honestly, because I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, that sucks because, that was such a great game and whatnot, and for it to shut down like that, it is what it is, like, what can you do about it? I mean, I really hope the private server's up, because if it is, we going ham, we going back in, you know what I mean, like Super Saiyans, but I just really can't wait. If it's true, then I'm going to be one happy camper. So, to answer your 10th question, how was Brooklyn like back in the day? Well, I was a kid, so I wouldn't really know too much, but it was bad. A lot of gangs. I had lots of Bloods in my neighborhood. I had Crips not too far away, but the Crips wouldn't, step foot around Bushwick or whatnot. You would have 5 Brim Bloods. You'd have several, sets around, like 2 guns and all that kind of stuff. Like you would have several different street gangs, like several different sets, and then you would have like the big gangs and whatnot. But now there's nothing really. I mean, hardly any gangs. I mean, if there are, they're just deep out there. But so far the neighborhood isn't really as bad as it was, but it's not peaceful. Let me just tell you. To answer your 11th question, if a fan saw me in public and wanted to say hi, how would my response be? I would say hi as well. I mean, if somebody recognized me on the street, I would conversate with you. I would talk to you. I would hang out with you. Why not? If you spot me on the street, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to say hi. I'm not gonna bite you. I'm not gonna punch you in the face. If you say hi to me, I'm gonna say hi back. I'm gonna talk to you. So, that would be my response. To answer your 12th question, I don't know what the hell sagging is. If you're talking about people's pants sagging, then it's just ridiculous. Cause why would you show your ass off in the public like that, But other than that, I don't know what the hell sagging is. So to answer your 13th question, yes, there will be a Mind Wars 5. I don't know if you saw my little update that I've done, but yes, Mind Wars 5 is headed your way. To answer your 14th question, will I do a fusion dance with Paul? If Paul's going to agree to it, then I'll do it. And to answer your last question, do I do any? Will I ever do any fan meetups? I've done 3 so far. So if anybody's up for it, I mean, I'm down. There's not a problem. So, but thank you for the question, Mr. John J. And I really hope you have an awesome weekend, man. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Arya Maza. Hello, Alex, once again. I just wanted to say thank you for answering my questions last week. I really have this happy feeling when you're about to answer my questions for some reason. Oh, I did get horny, because I get horny. You want to rub mayonnaise on my nipples? Now on to the questions. Also, I've been a sub since your 1,000th video special. Damn, man, that goes way back. That's like 500 videos ago. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, so God bless you, man. Let me see here. Question number 1. What are your political views? Question 2, I've played the demo for Battle of Z and I agree with the graphics really do look cheesy, and could they make it better now? Ooh. Question 3, I've been working on a Dragon Ball Z fan fiction. Tell me what you think. It's been years after the Majin Buu era. Goku is 50 and Vegeta is 58. Both of them still fight no matter what. What they are getting hurt easily now due to their advancing age. They both have realized that they won't be there for Earth forever. There is a threat and soon realize the Earth may be doomed because the enemies just keep growing stronger. Thank you, Alex, for taking time for fan mail. I hope to see you in next week. All right, well, thank you, man. To answer your first question, what are my political views? Every single party that's in the government is just all a part of one system. I really don't believe in the Democrats. I don't believe in the Republicans. They're all a part of corporate America. The corporations own America. That's all what it boils down to. My political views, I have my amendments, I have my rights. So I have my freedom of speech right. So I can say whatever the hell I want to say without repercussion. Political views, I am just an independent. I don't believe in a tyrannical system that's going to dictate, whether you're poor or rich, blah, blah, blah. Like minimum wage should be a lot higher for people. Living expenses should be a lot lower because, I mean, for the love of God, you could fit every single person on the face of this planet in Jacksonville, Florida alone. So we're not overpopulated. So why should everything cost so much? Food is so expensive and we're working for so little. So it's just like we're not making enough ends meet, unless you're like a part of the 1% and you're like a multi trillionaire for that matter, I guess you could say. But in terms of politics, I don't play politics. I have no interest in politics because they're all a bunch of liars. They tell you one thing, they sell you the idea, and then they go behind your back and they do the opposite. So, to answer your second question, Battle of Z graphics, they cannot change that at this point. It's impossible. For the simple fact that Battle of Z is just, a couple of weeks away, so there is no way they can up the graphics that much. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of the copies have been made for the game, so I really doubt that at this point they can actually go back and say, hey, we need to update the graphics, because I think it's a little too late for that. Maybe if they can start working on the next-gen Dragon Ball Z game, that would be pretty cool. So, and to answer your last question, I really don't agree with you making them so old. Goku and Vegeta, their body was never the limit, even at their ages, they can always keep going no matter what. So I disagree with your aging. I do believe that age should not be a factor for either character. Because why would that affect their fighting abilities, you know? I think that if that was removed from the picture, you could have done a little better. I like how there's a new enemy heading toward Earth that actually dooms everybody, but maybe per se you could do another scenario where maybe it incorporates other characters like Vegeta training with Oob and Goku training with Goten and Trunks at the same time. Maybe do some like different stuff. So as for the age thing, I really disapprove of that because never once have they ever really cared nor mentioned their ages within Dragon Ball Z, except one time where Vegeta was talking about how their Saiyan race never really ages that much. So, but aside from that, I'm really looking forward to what you're going to have next. So, but thank you for the questions, man. It really means a lot, and I really hope you have a wonderful weekend, man. And now moving on to the following question, which is from Crippled Wolf. Oh man, we have a crippled wolf here. Hey Alex, this is my first time sending fan mail, and I've been a sub of yours for a while now. I also wanted to say you are one of my favorite YouTubers. Thank you, man. Anyways, on to the questions. Question number 1, have you ever made that brag sound you make in any of your other videos in your wrestling matches? Oh god. Question 2, I noticed you always get DBZ and the Avengers related questions, so here's mine. Who would win in a pure hand-to-hand fight? Legendary Super Saiyan Broly or a really pissed off Hulk? Ooh. Question 4. How do you get your wrestling gear? Do you have to pay someone to make them, or do you buy them, make them, etc.? Question number 4. Any advice for my cousin who is almost done his wrestling career at CZW in New Jersey? Oh shit, I would love to fucking go to CZW, man, really. Side note, it'll be cool to see my favorite YouTuber go toe-to-toe with my cousin in the squared circle. That would be fucking awesome. I would love that, man, honestly. I really would. Question number 5. Finish this line. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is here with a... Oh, boy. That's all for now, Alex. I hope you have a great day. P.S. DayZ was/is still a free mod for Arma 2, and recently, due to its popularity, it grew from a standalone game, and it's currently a early alpha $30 game on Steam. From what I hear, everybody has an awesome time on there. PSS hope you're having a really good weekend. I hope you reach 1 million subs. Oh, thank you, man. I really hope I do too. Well, to answer your first question, have I ever made bragging during my wrestling matches? No. It never once crossed my mind to do that in a wrestling match, so no. Just to answer that straight off the bat, no. To answer your second question, that'd be really interesting because Hulk consistently gets stronger, you know? And I remember answering this question a long time ago, so once again, I would have to say Broly, because if Broly gets mad enough, he can literally just go out of the atmosphere and just blow the planet up. Can Hulk survive an explosion like on that magnitude? I really doubt it. And given the fact that Hulk is really, really powerful, I really doubt that he can survive a planetary explosion. So I really don't think Hulk can manage that, so I would have to say Broly. To answer your third question, yes, I do pay someone to make my gear, and I have to buy my gear custom made. Just recently, I just ordered some really awesome new gear, so I'm actually waiting to get my new gear as soon as possible so I can go out there and work more matches. I mean, I really want to wrestle more and more. I just need to get the word out, you know, just a little bit more than I used to. So to answer that question, I do pay someone to help me make it, and I actually go on ahead and buy it custom made. So to answer your fourth question, any advice? Well, I really hope your cousin's watching this, because if he is, I would love to work a match with you in CZW, my good sir. Alex Mason going up against, well, you haven't really told me your cousin's name, but it would be really awesome. I mean, if only we can make that happen, I would love for that to happen, actually. So if one day, by some miraculous chance, Alex Mason collides with your cousin, I would truly appreciate it. But as for advice, just stay humble, man, because I'm pretty sure your cousin knows how it's like. So it's a very tough business. It's a very it's a very, I guess you could say, conniving business, but just stay humble. That's it, man. Just keep your eyes and your ears to yourself. unless, you know, you're receiving advice. Mind your own business and just be humble. So as for your cousin, man, I mean, if he's up for it, I'm up for it as well. So it would be pretty cool, man. To answer your fifth question, let's see. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is here with like a good neighbor, State Farm is here with a giant purple dildo. I don't know. I mean, let me see. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is here with a crippled wolf. That's just mean, a crippled wolf. Like envision an alpha wolf just crippled on the ground. That's just messed up. I really don't know how to finish that. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there with a homeless, crack-addicted Chinese man who's the size of a 5th grader, and he has dreadlocks and no shoes. There you go. I guess that sums it up. So, but thank you for the questions, Mr. Crippled Wolf. It really means a lot, man. And I really hope you have a great weekend. I really hope that you enjoy your week, because I don't know about whatever state you're living in, but it's getting cold in New York. My God, I really hope it doesn't snow again. So have a great week, man. And now moving on to the next question, which is from David Bright. Hey, you Yamcha-loving, dick-sucking fanboy. Oh, boy. It's me, Dave, the guy who can't get on these fan mails. Well, you're on now, aren't you? Just want to say I use all your catchphrases at my job, and it only makes my coworkers laugh. I work at McDonald's in Springfield, or, oh, well, I mean, shit, like, I can imagine that. May I take your order, Bragg? Like, what? Sir, can I have a number 5? Would you like some fries with that? Oh my fuck, man. Alright, question number 1. What are your top 5 best and worst Christmas moments? Question 2. So I've heard from Yahoo that since Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods has done so well, the owner of DBZ has considered making a season 10, aka 200 more episodes. What are your thoughts? Are you serious? Because if that's, I mean, I wasn't able to find shit on this. I want hardcore, legitimate butt sex proof. Like I want like. I want to see if this is true or not, because I've heard several things about it, but then I've also heard that it was a hoax. So, question 3, if they were to make a new next-gen DBZ game, what would you like to be called? Question 4, if you haven't bought the Best of Nickelback Volume 1 on iTunes yet, fool, go and do it. That's all the questions I have. Happy holidays, Alex. By the way, do another Xbox One LP. All right, well, thanks, man. To answer your first question, best and worst Christmas moments. Well, I remember in 2009 or 8 or somewhere along those lines, I had a very bad Christmas. I mean, I've had several bad Christmases. I think the only good ones were the one that just passed in 2013 and the one that had happened in 2006, I believe. Those 2 years were pretty good because just recently I got my iPhone 5S, and in 2006 my mom bought me an Xbox 360, so I was very, very happy for those 2 Christmases. Every other Christmas was good, but there was one Christmas moment where I remember there was 1 year where I pretty much cried myself to sleep like a bitch, because I remember reminiscing on the fact that I told myself I'm getting old and stuff, and I didn't really get anything for Christmas other than clothes. I was just like, it is what it is. But that was like in 2008. It was just way back when. But other than that, Christmas has been very weird over the last several years. It had its ups, it had its downs. But in terms of moments, those would have to be my little moments. So, to answer your second question, I mean, my thoughts on that, I really don't know, because I've been hearing the same thing, but then again, I've also been hearing that it was a hoax. So, for all we know, I'm just waiting for an official confirmation from Akira Toriyama, from Funimation, from Fox, from Toei Animation, that they are making a quote-unquote Season 10, 200 more episodes, because if they are, then, oh my god, then I am going to be one happy camper, let me tell you. I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see, because it is a brand new year, right? So I'm pretty sure they have some announcements. To answer your third question, what would I call my next DBZ game? I would probably call it, well, honestly, I don't know what I would call it. I would probably use some of the old names, like Raging Blast 3 or something like that. So I would probably just make a continuation of Raging Blast 3, because Raging Blast 2 is by far my favorite game because of the what-if characters and some of the cinematics they had, so I would have to go with Raging Blast 3. And to answer your last question, I haven't, and I'm definitely going to do that now that you told me, because I'm a Nickelback fan, so I want to see what they have. So I really appreciate the questions, David, and I hope you have a great weekend, man. Anyways, guys, that is all the time that I have for today. I have a lot to do. I have a lot of errands to run. I have to get my workouts done. I have to go freaking buy some stuff for my birthday, get everything prepared. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all latest news, information, and updates. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the video up with a like and a favorite. Rate that thumbs up button, guys. Stay tuned for Mine Wars 5. Yes, everybody, Mine Wars 5 is headed your way. I hope you all watched the informative video. Tons of content headed your way, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the new year. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys in the next video. I still can't believe that I've done the longest fan mail ever about 2 weeks ago. 4 hours long. Oh my god. Alright, guys, take it easy. Peace.